All right, buckle up, folks, because we are about to dive into your brain like a tourist in a theme park who skipped the map and went straight to the roller coasters. Ever walked into a room and instantly forgotten why you were there? Congratulations, your memory just gave you the middle finger. Welcome to How Does Memory Work? Quick and funny science in minutes. Proudly brought to you by XQ, Quick, Funny Explanations. Because what better way to understand the brain than to mock its occasional stupidity while admiring its genius? So, memory. It is not just about remembering your ex's birthday for no good reason while forgetting your own PIN code. Memory is your brain's superpower, your personal Google Drive, except there is no customer service and it crashes randomly. Now, how does it actually work? Glad you asked. Imaginary audience member who probably cannot remember what they had for breakfast. Memory works in three main steps, kind of like ordering pizza. First, there is encoding. That is when your brain says, hey, this might be important, let us pay attention, and then translates what you are experiencing into a format it can store, like converting a conversation, a smell, or the terrifying sight of your teacher calling on you into neural data. Think of it as turning your daily chaos into brain-friendly files. Then comes storage, where the brain tosses that info into either short-term or long-term storage. If short-term memory is like a post-it note on your forehead, long-term memory is more like carving something into stone and burying it under your sock drawer. Finally, there is retrieval, which is just your brain trying to remember where it left the sock drawer. Now, here is the twist. Your memory is not a perfect video recorder. Nope. It is more like a gossipy aunt who remembers the story but adds her own spice. Every time you recall something, your brain actually rebuilds that memory from scratch, like it is doing arts and crafts with your past. And guess what? It sometimes glues a unicorn where there used to be a bicycle. This is why eyewitness testimony can be so unreliable. Your memory does not lie on purpose. It is just trying its best while juggling flaming bowling pins. Let us talk about types of memory. You have got sensory memory, which is like a brain screenshot that lasts for about half a second. Then short-term memory, which holds about 7 things for about 20 seconds, kind of like juggling 7 flaming marshmallows. And long-term memory, where the good stuff goes if you are lucky, like your childhood trauma, the lyrics to every boy band song ever written, and weirdly, the name of your third-grade crush. Long-term memory is split into 2 camps. You have got explicit memory, which includes facts and events you can consciously recall, like that time you fell off a bike while trying to impress your neighbor. Then there is implicit memory, which handles skills and habits, like riding a bike and avoiding your neighbor ever since. This is where procedural memory lives. The reason you can type, tie your shoelaces, or play the ukulele without thinking about it too hard. Honestly, thank goodness for that, because if we had to remember how to chew gum consciously, we would all be doomed. But where does the brain actually keep all these memories? Excellent question, random genius. Your hippocampus is the VIP bouncer for new memories, especially for converting short-term memories into long-term ones. Damage your hippocampus, and suddenly you are Dory from Finding Nemo, except less cute and more confusing. Meanwhile, your amygdala decides whether something is emotionally charged enough to deserve memory real estate. That is why you can remember the exact outfit you wore when you got dumped in 2007, but not where your phone charger is right now. Now let us sprinkle in some science-backed tricks to improve your memory so that you stop blanking out in meetings or forgetting passwords like it is your full-time job. First, repetition. Your brain loves reruns. Repeating information strengthens neural connections, like bench pressing for your neurons. Second, association. Tie new information to something you already know. For example, if you need to remember your new coworker's name is Bob and he is bald, just imagine Bob the bald eagle flying around the office yelling motivational quotes. Third, chunking. This is the brain's version of Tetris. Breaking down information into smaller, manageable chunks makes it easier to store. That is why phone numbers are split up. Otherwise, remembering 10 digits in a row would make your brain cry. Fourth, sleep. Yes, sweet, glorious, Netflix-killing sleep. That is when your brain consolidates memories, sorts them like a librarian with ADHD, and decides what to keep and what to delete. You are not lazy, you are just upgrading your memory system. Fifth, emotion. Attach some feelings to your memories, and suddenly your brain says, "Oh, this must be important." That is why dramatic breakups, embarrassing moments, and winning a spelling bee while wearing a banana costume stick forever. Your brain likes drama. Add music, visuals, smells, and even weird humor, and your memory will hang on to that info like it is the last slice of pizza. Now, let us talk forgetting, because sometimes your brain just dumps stuff like it is spring cleaning with a sledgehammer. Forgetting happens when the retrieval path weakens, or the info never made it into long term storage in the first place. Also, your brain is kind of petty. If it decides something is not useful anymore, it kicks it to the curb. That is called decay. If new memories push out the old ones, that is interference. Imagine trying to learn French while watching Spanish telenovelas. Your brain is just going to shrug and go, "Bonjour, señorita," and hope for the best. Stress and multitasking also mess with memory like a cat walking across your keyboard. When you are stressed, your brain floods with cortisol, which messes with memory formation. That is why you forget everything during a job interview. But remember every weird dream you had when you were relaxed on holiday. Your brain learns better when it is chill, well fed, and not scrolling through 5 apps at once. So maybe put the phone down once in a while. Your hippocampus will thank you. Want to boost your memory without turning into a monk? Eat brain-boosting foods like blueberries, walnuts, salmon, and dark chocolate. Yes, chocolate. Science is amazing. Exercise regularly because what is good for the heart is good for the brain. Move your body, oxygenate that noggin, and maybe do a little interpretive dance while you study, just for fun. Also, stay socially active. Talking to real humans, even weird ones, actually strengthens cognitive function. So call your grandma, join a quiz night, or argue with your barista about oat milk. It all helps. And if you really want to master memory like a brain ninja, try mnemonic devices. These are memory hacks like acronyms, rhymes, and ridiculous mental images that stick. Want to remember the planets? My very educated mother just served us nachos. Boom. Want to remember to buy eggs, detergent, and carrots? Picture a chicken doing laundry while riding a carrot like a skateboard. Your brain will not forget that anytime soon. To sum it up, memory is not just about remembering facts. It is about making meaning stick, creating connections, and training your brain like the mental athlete it was always meant to be. It is okay to forget where you put your keys or what day it is. Just remember you have the power to train your memory with repetition, association, rest, laughter, and maybe a little chocolate. So there you have it, folks. Your brain is weird, wonderful, and occasionally rude. But now you know how memory works, why it forgets, and what you can do to make it work better. From neurons firing like gossip at a family barbecue to hippocampuses sorting memories like overworked librarians, your mind is a masterpiece that just needs a little maintenance. If you laughed, learned, or remembered where your glasses are because of this video, smash that like button like it is your alarm clock on a Monday morning. Subscribe to XQ, quick, funny explanations, for more brainy goodness delivered at the speed of comedy. Drop us a comment below and tell us the weirdest thing your brain randomly remembers. Until next time, keep thinking, keep laughing, and for the love of science, write down your passwords.